Hello, I just wanted to show you a common way I use Advanced ETL and integrating with web orders. To start with, I go with this, I have a view that I've already created, and this, what I'm looking for with this view is I'm trying to chain all the fields that I want, and I'm looking for the web status is equal to submitted. Um, Down the road, we'll see that where that'll get changed. So in Advanced ETL, so here's basically my setup. So I start out with this view, and if you notice here I have two writers and I have two transformers. The reason I have two transformer, every writer has to have a transformer. So what we're wanting to do is take the submitted orders and get them over to our ERP system via a text file. So submitted order is not a new order, but also not an order that's been received by the ERP system. So I have a text file all set up, and we just keep appending it, delimited by pipe delimited as a text qualifier. And then a transformer that maps all the fields from the data flow, which in our case is the source from the view, and puts it into the right column of the text file. And then I do have a where I had to reformat the date. And if there's a problem reformatting the date, time, it'll set it to null and then write a message to the log file. Now the sorter here in this case is pretty important. These you might sort it in your view, but Advanced ETL will not consider that when it goes to write the record. So if you need the record sorted a certain way, and we do for our text file, is we need to sort it by sales order number and then again by the line key that's coming from the view. So just kind of summarize, we're going from the view, we sort it, we map our fields, and we write it to our text file. Now that's all good, but we need to update the sales order header so we don't keep taking the same sales order and writing it out to our text file. So simultaneously, right after the sorter, what I do is I dedupe the records. What I mean is, let's say you have an order that's you have 1,000 lines on it, but we only need one. We need that order number one times to update our header info. So I dedupe it by web order status, which the status is currently submitted, and then by sales order number. Then I go into this transformer, and if you notice, I only have just a few fields that are mapped. The reason is, again, all I'm really wanting to do is update the order status. I don't really need to do anything else. So I map sales order number to sales order number. The current date gets mapped to a field we have date updated. So this happens as the order. So think of it this way: an order might get submitted at midnight tonight, but if this integration doesn't run till the next day, we're not gonna change the date updated till the integration actually runs. And then the other field that gets updated is the web status field, and that is way down here in our SQL header. So what does that get updated to? That goes from submitted to the word received. So that's going to change the status of the web, of that record. Lastly, you'll notice that we have our transformation to go back to our sales order header. And that's all we're really wanting to update. And that's important here. We just want to update it. We don't create new records or delete them or anything at this point. And if you notice here, this says, please do not forget to select an update key. Typically, the update key is your primary key, but not always. But you yourself have to come in here and check that. The primary key will be set for you because that's how it read SQL. We're looking for this integration to update sales orders, and we're updating just the web status and the date updated. So now that we have all of this written the way we want, this is the package that I use it in. So if I wanted to schedule this, and I'm sure you've seen my other video, this is the number that we want to schedule. This is what you'd put in the Windows Task Scheduler. So again, we start out with our view, and that can be as elaborate or as complicated as we want, or as simple as we need. This will not care. We sort our records the way we want for both the text file and to update the sales order, because the deduper has to be sorted. So keep that in mind when you go to use the deduper, because if you don't sort them, you may not get the results you expect. Do our appropriate mappings to each, and then actually perform an update. So as you recall, this doesn't have the ability to update existing records. We're just appending new records to the text file. And then this one's just updating the header to change it from submitted to received.